Oh, we're live.
Alright, good afternoon, everybody.
And here we go.
Oh. Alright. I was already introducing. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the Digression of Gits and Shiggels.
Hello.
Good afternoon. My phone just notified me we are live.
Speaking of phones, I should have turned mine off. Amateur hour.
That's all good. Me, we are live.
There we go. Well, thunderstorm is possible this evening. Off amateur hour.
Always love the rain. Love the rain. As always, I
thunderstorm is possible this evening.
your co-host, Robin.
And I am your other co-host, Garrett.
As always,
And today we bring you another puzzle.
Yes, I got some comments that, hey, we like the puzzle better, so...
Today we bring you
Put another puzzle together so you can watch us do it terribly.
Terribly.
Put another puzzle together.
So Garrett and I were just discussing before we started. Give me 1 second here, guys. Let me...
Put another puzzle together.
So Garrett and I were just discussing... Make a really quick post here. I'm going to try to give me 1 second as I do it. But I have to do it like multi-space here.
So while she's doing that, I lowered the pieces of puzzle. The amount of puzzle pieces in this puzzle. While she's doing that, that way there's only a little bit of suffering. Pieces of puzzle. The amount of puzzle pieces in this puzzle. While she's doing that, yeah, I messed that click up. Spread them here. Yeah, I messed that click up. Spread them here. Yeah, I messed that click up. Alright, here we go.
So, why did that go away? There we go.
Alright, here we go.
I want that open. Alright, so why did that go away? My apologies there. A couple of things. What was I gonna say? See, my brain is already... So, I've been given some feedback about our audio that you can pick up a lot of the background noise, room tone.
Room tone, yeah.
And we're trying to fix that. But like I said,
Room tone, yeah.
And we're trying to fix in progress.
Yeah.
So,
Like,
but like I said,
my microphone's not exactly the most luxurious.
right? And even though we're sitting kind of side by side, it's still...
My microphone's not exactly the most
we're dealing.
We're trying, man.
Right?
We're trying.
Even though we're sitting kind of side by side,
We're trying.
It's still...
My
So,
microphone's German Shepherd.
we're dealing.
We're trying, man. We're trying.
We're getting there, guys. We're getting there.
This is the kind of content you get when you subscribe to us.
Right? Puzzles. And if you guys have any ideas, come on, throw them at us.
Content you get when you subscribe to us.
Right? We would love to hear ideas. Oh, I was looking on your other screen for what it looked like, but I guess you don't get to see that, do you?
Oh, I'm blocking it with my big head.
Well, no, I see that. No, I can also see that here, but...
Oh, what do you...
No, I thought you had like a picture of...
Oh, it's right here.
Oh. I'm just blind. I'm further away from the computer than he is, so...
Yeah.
No, I thought you had like a...
I am sitting a little far.
Oh. No, I'm further back than you are.
Oh, those noises you hear right now are my son. He's waiting on his grandma to pick him up.
I am sitting a little far.
I told you we're professionals here.
Yeah, absolute professional.
Those noises you hear right now are my son. He's waiting on his grandma to pick him up. If I double click the mat where you're supposed to be building it, it shows you.
Absolute professional. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. Double click the
Okay.
mat where you're supposed to be building it, it shows you.
I get it now. I'm not a big puzzle person.
Yeah.
Never have been.
Really?
Yeah. I told Garrett to go with a smaller puzzle this week. This time. I'm not a big puzzle person.
You didn't like watching me struggle.
Yeah. I told Garrett to go with a smaller puzzle this week. He needs a win. No, I'm just playing.
Oh.
I'm just
You
playing.
didn't like watching me struggle.
Just
I feel hurt.
Oh, now I can hear Maggie up there.
Yep. Her little tippy taps.
Right?
I love my dog.
Oh, now I can hear Maggie.
Oh. Yep. Her little tippy tap.
Oh,
My
so
little
I did it like that.
love my dog. That's part of
That's
her
so
nose.
funny.
Boom.
But anyways, so back to what I was saying. But anyways, so yeah, if you guys have back to what I was saying. Yeah. I'm still posting on social media, guys. Sorry. My apologies. I usually have this done by now, and I'm still posting on social media, guys. Sorry. My apologies. I mean,
we're late this week as it is. We're behind.
Yeah, I mean, life. It just
it gets busy. We're late this week
it
as
does.
it is. We're behind.
It really does. Yeah. Okay, I think I added that to my story.
It gets busy. We're late this week as it is.
I'm looking. Hey, now I wanted to see my own story, not everybody else's. Yes,
bummer they got him. Really sad. Yeah, I liked him. He was a cool guy. Bummer they got him. Yeah, but they got him. That's it.
Yeah, they got him. Who'd they get?
Bummer they got him. Yeah, but they got him. That's it.
Yeah. Who'd they get? Sure. Okay, and then I was sending a thing to my niece because she wanted to hear us live. So here we go. All right, now that I'm finally done with all that, back to and then I was sending a getting the right things open on my phone. So all right. So now that anyways, welcome back this week, guys. As always, if you are here and you enjoy us, give us a like, a subscribe, a like, a subscribe, share it with your friends. Oh, I probably shouldn't rock the chair. That probably makes
subscribe. Everything makes background noise. There's probably birds in the background now.
Right? He did close the windows. And it was a nice breeze through here. Now it's hot. Thanks.
What?
No, I'm just kidding.
Blame the audio quality.
Thanks, audio quality. It's hot in here. Not really. It's
drying.
It's not really hot in here.
What?
No, I'm just kidding.
Blame the audio quality.
But yeah. Thanks, audio quality. So,
drying.
So last week we were delving in.
Delvin.
Oh, you can hear the water upstairs.
I knew it. Dwarven.
We were diving into deep conversation topics.
How deep?
Well, that's a deep subject.
Deep
conversation
topic. How deep?
But speaking of deep conversation topics, what has been in the news this week that has been going on?
You know what? That's a good question. I haven't been keeping up with it too well.
So something that really bugged me, I was actually reading while setting up. I come across it while setting up. So something that really bugged me, I was actually reading while setting up. I gotta keep up with the chat and stuff too, so I was looking to see, it's all like one person watching. Oh, it's me.
It's you.
It's just me.
We like talking to ourselves.
We do. But I know some of you guys watch this afterwards, so it's totally cool with that. So something I noticed when I was setting up to do this today, the new Social Security that Elon Musk has put in, and I understand the whole Doge thing, and I understand that he's really working hard to eliminate the budget, or break down, not eliminate the budget, what am I saying? Eliminate the U.S. debt. And, at least get us out of some of this trillions of dollars worth of debt we're in and stuff. And everything. So I totally get that. And I get that there have been so many people that have scammed the IRS, and they're finding out, like, people that are supposedly 130 and 160 years old are still claiming Social Security checks and stuff.
Wild.
Yeah, and I mean, part of that tells me that Social Security, like,
Drop
people
the
are,
ball.
yeah, Social Security Administration themselves have dropped the ball there. Because, I mean,
Drop the ball.
when you die, like, for instance, when my sister passed, Social Security, like, knew within a flash
Yep.
that she died. Or even, like, when my stepfather died, they knew, or even my father, they knew within a flash. I mean, they cut their checks, like, I mean, like flipping a switch off.
Yep.
There was no
They knew.
ifs, ands, or buts about it. That check was gone. So how could all these people,
They knew.
you know, slip through the cracks? And there was enough to make quite a big dent in it. So now those people that are still, that are currently on Social Security and need Social Security, have to go in to their local Social Security office and prove their identity. Okay, so I do, part of me says, yes, I get that, I understand it, but the other part of me says, why is it our fault when they drop the ball? But the other part of me says, why? And I would rather, in the end, to have to prove my identity than somebody steal my Social Security.
Right.
But, and I would rather, in the end, like for us out here in the sticks, you gotta drive 45 minutes. 45 miles. Well, technically, probably about 50 by the time you actually make it up to the office to get to your quote-unquote local Social Security office. And then one of the ladies I take care of, so it's a full 65 miles for her. One of the ladies I take care of to her local Social Security office. How local is that? Then you gotta go in, you gotta you don't even talk to a person right away anymore, or even pull a number.
My PC's running away from me, sorry.
You gotta go in and you go to this computer where you enter all your information into this computer, and it prints you out a little receipt with your number on it, and then you sit and wait for hours, because while at our quote-unquote local office there were 4 windows, like, to help people, but one person actually helping people. One staff. So we have to go through all of this trouble, and, like, the lady I take care of is on oxygen. So it's a matter, or even my mother for that fact is on oxygen, and I'll have to take, or you will have to take her to do this. And so those oxygen,
they only last about 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, even if you have a tank,
Yep.
or if you have one of the
battery powered ones.
The battery powered
Those are the ones I was mentioning.
Either way, you've got a 4-hour max on them, and so you're now stuck in the office, and you're not going to be able to do anything else because you're stuck there, number one, and number two, you're going to be out of oxygen by the time you leave. So you better have a car charger with you for that battery pack, or an extra tank or 2 if you're carrying tanks. I mean, it's a little bit on the ridiculous side. And then what if you're bedbound?
Oh, yeah.
How are you going to prove your identity then?
Exactly.
How are you going to physically go into the office? Because it said that you have to go into the office and prove your identity. You can never, you can't do it online anymore.
How's that going to work?
I mean, because at the end, my father was bedbound. How would have he gone in? How would have we gotten him in there? I mean, because at the end, my father was bedbound to prove his identity. But these are my questions. Is this getting to be a little bit too ridiculous? And do we blame this I don't think our government is solely to blame on this. And while I like to blame the faults in our government, to err is to human. I don't think our government is solely to blame on this. And I do enjoy blaming our government for a lot of things. But
who doesn't?
I mean,
that's what makes us a free country.
Right. Put the blame on somebody else. But a lot of it comes down to greedy, manipulative people. A lot of it comes. It really, really does. Because if there weren't people out there that weren't already messing with the system and stealing this money and stealing other people's identities and stealing this money
puzzle
and stealing other just keep moving on the page, but already stealing from everybody, we wouldn't have to be doing this.
Puzzle.
So maybe it's a little bit. I wouldn't even say 50-50 fault. So maybe it's even, I don't know, maybe 70-30. I wouldn't even say 50-50 fault. Because if it weren't for the hackers and the thieves of the world, we wouldn't have to be doing this. But also, some of it, if it weren't for government officials that were supposed to be, noticing, oh, hey, this person did die. The hospital reported this person's death, or this mortuary has reported this person's death. This person has applied for a death certificate.
It does not go there. Sorry.
And so on and so forth. Then
it does not go there. Sorry.
We wouldn't have that problem. No, it's gonna go down.
Down?
Yeah, see where the purples line up there?
Yeah.
No, it's gonna go
right there.
Like that, yeah.
Down?
Yeah, see but and that's my opinion. That's one big thing, like I said. I'm just kinda going off on a tangent here about Social Security. And that's my opinion. And I think a lot of good people that actually need it that are unable to go identify themselves. And what about these elderly people that have no use for any longer carrying like a driver's license or a ID card anymore? How are they going to go identify themselves?
I'm glad you continued that sentence. It didn't stop partway through because it would have sounded really bad. I'm glad you continued that sentence.
That have no use for
old people. Really bad.
Well, I mean,
that's
right. And what about these old people?
Old people.
What about them? No.
What about all these old people on this plane?
I mean, actually, I love elderly people. What about these old people? What about them? I especially love the ones that just don't care what they say or what people think about them, and what about them? They just say some random off-the-wall stuff, and you just look at them, and you can't correct them because they're older, and you're just like, but you can't. You're not supposed to say that, but I'll just keep my mouth shut because you're like 85, 90. Yeah, I just roll with it. I love it, and they know it. They get away with it.
Oh yeah. Wow. Grab the puzzle piece, not table. Oh yeah.
They totally get away with it because they know nobody's gonna say anything about it.
Puzzle piece, not table. Oh yeah.
They totally get away with it. I can hear your dog up there tapping around.
Not crazy, yes. Oh, I got an achievement!
He got so excited over the puzzle achievement.
Oh, I got an achievement! But I shouldn't have the headphones right next to the microphone repeating the sounds.
Oh, man.
Oh, I got an achievement. You might have just got a loud achievement notification. Repeating the sounds. You're welcome.
Oh, man. Sometimes Garrett's not the brightest.
Got a loud achievement notification. Sounds. You're welcome.
Other times he shines bright like a diamond.
Oh, copyright. Mm-hmm. You belong there. Thank you. As you were saying.
Oh, I was just, as I was saying, as I digress.
Thank you.
Just saying I love old people.
As you were
Anyways,
saying.
that was my rant. Oh, I was just, as I was saying, you know, we're dove into deep topics. That was my rant about. Anyways, that was my rant. The Social Security. Dove into deep topics.
Baby socialin'. Or
Right?
security, man.
Exactly. Social Security.
Baby socialin'. Or
Hang on, my
security,
husband's
man.
texting me. Exactly. Security.
There. Baby socialin'. Or
Hang on, my
security,
husband's
man.
texting me.
There.
So the reason we have co-host is so that we never have dead air, but Garrett just lets the air go dead. So the reason we have,
Is it dead?
it was. I was like, hang on a second, my husband's texting me. And
Oh,
then
I'm
he
sorry.
just
I got
goes-
focused on the puzzle.
He just goes quiet. He just goes like,
went,
he's like, hang on a second, my husband's texting me. And
Oh, I'm
then
sorry.
he
I
just
got
goes,
focused on the puzzle.
He just goes
It happens.
quiet.
I've almost finished this puzzle already. Oh, I'm sorry. I got focused on the puzzle. I'm a puzzle maniac. Ow. I've almost finished this puzzle already. So,
What?
I don't know if anybody y'all noticed, but they dropped Oblivion but remastered recently. And I just got it. It's been a blast of 2 hours I've spent in the tutorial section just dinking around. And I just got it. I recommend it to other people because, of course, classic in the tutorial section just dinking around. Remade. I recommend it to other people because, of course, classic.
My husband will absolutely. I bet he'll like that. I really will, because he's a Skyrim
He
and
has a
Oblivion.
PlayStation 5?
Yeah. My husband. Well, I mean, I think we have every PlayStation.
Well, no, like,
But that's,
The 5 should run it.
he has a PlayStation 5?
Like, people know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking
Well, no,
about when
like,
it comes to
that's-
PlayStation.
yeah.
The 5 should run it.
He has a
Right.
PlayStation 5?
But yeah, he's a PlayStation. Well, he don't know much
Well, no,
about
like, PlayStation.
Xbox or anything Microsoft.
My current Xbox won't run it. It's too old.
Well, he don't know much about Xbox or.
Boom, there's the Pomeranian. My current Xbox won't run it. It's too old. It goes there. That. Right there. Oh, we've almost got this one already, y'all.
Oh my! See, I told you guys it's smaller. Smaller one.
I mean, this was 100 pieces. I thought it almost got this one already. Go a little
See, I told you guys.
differently. I'll be honest. I mean, this was 100 pieces. I thought it almost got this one already. Go a little differently. I'll be honest.
So I was just kind of looking through. I realized that my news topics all go around to a couple of the shows I like.
Wow.
Whoa! It says that they're closing campsites across Kansas and Missouri.
Order campsite.
Game. Apologies. That's crazy.
Order campsite.
Game.
It says campsites across the Midwest
Apologies.
will be closing
That's crazy.
in May. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers announced Thursday. Campsites across the Midwest will be closing in May. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Is that all they're gonna tell me?
I guess so.
Guess that's all we get to know.
Congratulations. I finished a puzzle.
Yay! Oh, that's so
Guess
cute.
so.
Guess that's all we get to know.
Congratulations. I finished a puzzle.
Yay!
Wow.
Yay! Oh, continue reading. Oh, there we go. I was like, hey, is that all you're gonna tell
Let's
me?
do the
Oh.
frog.
I'm not installing the app. Just finish reading that. Oh, there we go.
I'm gonna do 200 pieces this time. Do the frog.
I'm not
We doubled the pieces. That's a lot of green. This time. Do the frog.
That is a
We
lot
doubled the
of
pieces.
green.
That's a lot of green. This time.
That is a lot of
Doubled the
green.
pieces.
Sort
That's a lot
by
of green. That color. Ooh. It didn't get all the colors. That color. By section.
Oh, here it is.
Bam. It didn't get all I figured out the buttons.
There'll be temporary closing or reducing service and recreation areas across Kansas, Missouri, Nebraska, and Iowa beginning May 15th. According to the USA CE, staffing shortages and lack of resources are the reasons for these changes. The current staffing shortages and lack of resources are the USACE is currently managing seasonal staff and reducing limitations that affect its ability to safely open and maintain all recreational sites at normal levels of service. The temporary adjustments are being made at all 18 Kansas City District lakes to ensure visitor safety, project environmental resources, blah blah blah, and blah blah blah.
Blah blah blah.
So I don't ever go camping around Kansas City.
I've never
been camping around Kansas City, so
don't plan on it.
I don't ever go camping. So nothing in our area. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that really sucks for you guys that all have to deal with that. If any of you are up around the Kansas City area, I am really sorry about that. For you guys that all have to deal with
wild staffing issues.
Yeah.
That happens. You don't want it to, but man, it does.
Yeah. I'm so sorry.
That happens.
Alright, all you people complaining there's no jobs, get out there and go work for Kansas Wildlife, man. Alright, all you people complaining there's no jobs, get out there and go work for Kansas Wildlife, man. That'd be one job I'd do. I would like working at the lake all summer. Yeah.
Right?
That'd be one job I'd do.
Imagine how many drunks you'd have to chase off, though.
I wouldn't mind.
Right? Imagine how many drunks you'd have to chase off,
Would
though.
not at all. I wouldn't mind.
Right? Imagine how many drunks
They're cutting a summer meal. See, that's another one.
a summer meal.
Okay, so this is something I don't think we ever participated with you. Hey, do you have an extra battery pack up there?
I do.
So this is something I don't think we ever participated with you.
Yes.
Okay, so it's something we never, I don't think we ever did with you, or I don't ever recall doing with you when you were a kid.
Yes.
But, it was available.
Oh. Wait, they're cutting that here?
Well, I don't know if it's here, but Kansas is cutting it for, so they're cutting the eligibility.
They're cutting that here?
Well, I don't know if it's here, but Kansas is the poverty line, so that like are lowering it, I guess. Maybe not raising it, so that the poverty line, so that like are lowering it, I guess. Maybe not raising it. So that like you have to be even poorer to qualify for free lunches and the free summer meals. So what I'm talking about is,
wow.
I don't know what all states do this. I do know Kansas does this. And the free summer meals. So what I'm talking about, but during the
Timmy,
here goes son upstairs. During the summer, but kids that get free lunches during the school year, or if they are on what do you call it? State medical, or their parents are on food stamps or anything like that, they are offered a summer breakfast and lunch program where the kids can go up to school and have breakfast and have lunch Monday through Friday. Now, we never did it with Garrett. Half of it was we didn't want to get up for breakfast.
Yeah.
And
I was sleeping.
Neither did Garrett. So that was never, I mean, it wasn't an issue like, oh, we're starving Garrett as a kid. No.
No, I certainly wasn't starving.
He was never starved, ever. But he was not an early riser either, because they still had to get up at the normal school breakfast time, and Garrett was not all about that.
Some break.
Yeah, Garrett was not about that at all. And
do that.
but they have anyways, and then they can go up at normal lunchtime and have lunch with other students. And then they can go up at and it, like I said, it's free to parents that qualified for free lunches during the school year. I mean, to students that qualified to. Like I said, it's
Nevaeh, hello.
Hey, Nevaeh. Qualified for free lunches during the school year.
Just saw your chat pop up.
Nevaeh,
What's up? Hello.
Hey, Nevaeh. Okay, while we're waiting for her to respond, I'll finish explaining. Anyways, so it's free to the students that already got free lunches during the school year, or to parents that are, like I said, on food stamps, or so it's free to the students that already got on the state medical. So now they are making it next to impossible. They're taking that poverty level and making it so low that so many. Yes, I know you're at your nana's. They are making it so low that it is estimating that I was reading through it fast. 178,000 Kansas children will miss out. Will no longer be eligible that were previously eligible.
That's insane.
I mean, at that kind of numbers, they might as well just shut down that program right here.
Yeah, that's insane.
That means,
good lord.
At that kind of numbers, they might as well just shut down that program right here.
Yeah, that's insane.
That means,
good lord.
At that kind of numbers, they might as well just shut down that program. That is like crazy insane. I mean, our town isn't big enough to have that kind of number fall.
Mm-mm.
That is like crazy insane. I mean, our town isn't big enough. Like I said, it's something we never took advantage of during the summer. I mean, we really didn't have a need of it. I had enough foster kids and stuff that, and kids in and out of my house so much and everything that we really didn't have a need of it. There was always lunch. That was never an issue. Breakfast now, you were on your own if you got up that early because none of the rest of us did.
Yeah.
That's never. But I can't ever think of a kid ever getting up that early in my house.
Yeah, like sleeping. We all like sleeping.
Yeah. So, Miss Nevaeh, what are you doing at Nana's?
Yeah, like sleeping. We all like sleeping.
Yeah. So, Miss Nevaeh, what are you doing at Nana's? She's just chilling, I guess.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's what I'm doing. I'm just diving into deep subjects, but talking about our local. Well, maybe local, maybe national. That's what I'm doing. Well, I guess national and local. Diving into deep subjects, but talking about our local. Well, maybe local, maybe national. That's what I'm doing. Well, I guess national and local. Diving into deep subjects, but talking about our local. Let's see. What else we got here? I gotta skip over stuff about TV shows I watched. Let's see. Oh, let's see what this says. This might be interesting. It says, people who sleep in the same beds as their pets usually display these 7 traits, says psychology.
Also, Nevaeh says her nana says hi.
Well, tell Miss Pate hi.
Hi. Also, Nevaeh says her nana says hi.
Ah. Middle of the frog.
Tell Miss Pate hi.
Middle of the frog. Middle of the frog.
It says, I've always been a pet lover, the kind of person who lets their fur friend hop into bed without a second thought. Same.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love my animals.
Yep.
I'd commit murder for them.
Absolutely.
No hesitation.
Yeah.
I love them
Oh
like
yeah.
they
I
were
love
my
my
blood
animals.
children.
Yep.
I'd
Says, but have you ever wondered what it might say about you?
I don't want to know. You don't want to open that can of beans.
Well, we're going to. We're going to open it. We're going to open it. We're going to spill it all over the place.
No, I'm like your animal, right? You don't want to open that can of beans.
Do I?
Like what? If your animal had something to say about you?
No, what? No, it says, have you ever wondered what letting them sleep in your bed says
Like
about
what?
you?
If your animal had something to say about you?
It says, well, psychologists might have the answer. It says, apparently those of us who share our sleeping space with our pets may have some common traits.
Oh.
Now, before you panic, no, this is not a bad thing. Far from it. These traits could actually be positive qualities. Now, before you panic, no, this is not a bad thing. Far from it.
Okay.
Okay, so actually be positive qualities. I'm gonna skip over all
the hoopla.
Yeah. Okay, number 1. People that sleep with their pets tend to be more open-hearted.
Oh,
that's good trait. Number 1. If you're one to share your bed with your pet, you're more likely to have a big heart. I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that. If you're one to share your bed with
I need
your pet,
to step upstairs real quick.
I'll be right back, folks.
All right, I'm gonna keep going over this. So while he's gone, he's gotta. He's gonna.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. So it says that. To me, that would make more sense. Yeah. But it says, after all, allowing your pet to sleep with you. We'll wait for him to walk across there. After all, allowing your pet to sleep with you demonstrates a level of care and concern for their comfort. This act of kindness can translate into other areas of your life too. If you've ever been told that you're particularly understanding or considerate, it might just be your pet loving habits shining through. Okay, number 2. They're comfortable with intimacy. So having your pet, letting your pet sleep with you is an indication that you are comfortable with intimacy. This is a trait I can personally vouch for. This is from the writer, not me. I'm not saying this. Sharing your bed with a pet is an intimate act. It shows that it shows a comfort and closeness and nonverbal communication, traits often associated with good relationship skills. Think about it. When my golden retriever Max curls up next to me at night, I can tell you by his body language when he's content or when he needs a little more space. This understanding extends to my relationships with people. Oh, that's true. I can see that. Because when my cats do that to me, I often know when they're like pushing me away or wanting to get closer. It says, in fact, people who sleep with their pets are often better at reading nonverbal cues than humans as well, making them more attuned to the feelings and needs of others. Now, I don't know if that's always true, because sometimes me personally, I'm a little bit oblivious to nonverbal cues. All right, give me a second. Let me check. Yeah, Nevaeh, we know that audio is echoing. We're trying to fix that. We keep messing with it. It's because I think we need to put some curtains up down here or something. And but we are working on that issue, and we're sorry. We are trying to fix it though. We've messed with the audio today, trying to fix it. I think we might have made it worse. So just bear with us. Like we tell everybody, all of our listeners, bear with us. We're trying to fix it. So just bear with us. Like we tell everybody, all of our listeners, bear with us. Okay, so number 3. The third trait. You're not afraid of being vulnerable. Allowing your pet into your bed is like opening up a personal space, a sacred space. It is an act that requires trust and willingness to be vulnerable. Oh, I can see that, yeah. Because your bed is your own personal, that's where you're most vulnerable at. You're asleep. That's where anything could happen to you, is why you're in bed asleep. And some people sleep so hard, you just don't even know. So yeah, I get that one. And then you don't know what you do while you're sleeping too. And so yeah, I could see that being not being afraid of being vulnerable. The author goes on to say, I mean, there's nothing quite like it. Waking up with dog drool on your pillow or cat fur in your mouth to remind you of the less glamorous side of pet ownership. Those are the facts. Or dog or cat drool in your hair. Yet, we pet co-sleepers wouldn't have it any other way. That's facts. Okay, on to the next. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of skimming through, skipping all of the fluff in the thing here. Number 4, they value emotional connections. Does your pet snuggling up to you at night make you feel loved and cherished? If so, you're not alone. People who sleep with their pets often have a deep appreciation for emotional connections. I see that as a fact. I do very much value my emotional connections. Very, very much. I see that as a fact. They understand the mutual bond and warmth that comes from sharing and sleeping in the same space with a beloved pet. Pets provide us with unconditional love. And I say dogs provide us with unconditional love. I don't know about cats. I think cats are judgy. And don't get me wrong, I love my cats. I'm a cat person over a dog person. I love my cats. Okay, hang on, let me flip back to it. I'm a cat person over a dog person. I love my cats. Oh, yeah, we appreciate it, Nevaeh. We do. But trust me, you're not the first person that tells us, and we keep adjusting every week, hoping. Oh, yeah, we hoping. We do. That we get it right, but thank you for telling us, because in the audio that we're hearing, we don't hear the echo as we're doing it, and we don't hear like the background picking up and stuff as we're going, so we don't hear that side of it, whereas you guys do. So it tells us that the problem still is not fixed. So yeah, grateful that you tell us. So it tells us that the problem still is not fixed. Okay, so sorry. So yeah, grateful that you digressed again. Okay. Anyways, pets provide us with unconditional love, like I said, except for cats. They're judgy. Okay, this trait is not limited to our relationships with our pets either. It often transfers to our human relationships, making us more likely to value deep emotional connections with friends, families, and partners.
Who wrote that?
I only say that because I like my animals more than I like the people.
Well, but it's saying, but think about your
I only say that because
but it mentions family and partners. So
like,
think about, like,
the fact that they like my animal makes me like them more.
Well, no. It's saying
like
having that deep emotional connection with your pet in comparison to your wife and son.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You value that emotional connection to your wife and son as you do with the same way. Well, maybe not the same, because you have a different connection to each one of them, but having that emotional connection with your pet is the same, because you have a different connection to each one of them, but helps prove that you would also have that emotional connection with your wife or with your son or with a beloved family member.
All right.
Helps prove that you would also have that. They're likely to be more relaxed.
All right.
I don't know. I'm pretty uptight. They're likely to ever have those nights where you can't stop tossing and turning? For those of us who share beds with pets, those restless nights might be fewer and further in between. You know, that's kind of true. For those of us who share beds with pets, because the only time I'm restless is when I'm not with my pets. I mean, I do have a few restless nights here and there, but if my pets are with me, I sleep pretty good. But like if I'm in a motel without my animals, if my pets are with me, I sleep pretty good. I'm restless. But like if I'm in a motel, yeah, and I've been reading what she said about the echoey and stuff. I'm restless. Yeah, and I've been reading. It says our pets' rhythmic breathing can actually help lull us to sleep, reducing stress and promoting a sense of calm. If you're one to enjoy a restful night's sleep with your pet by your side, you're likely projecting a relaxed and easygoing vibe. I put off that vibe, but usually I'm uptight and tense. Not really. Okay, number 6. They're often generous. Man, I can't talk today. They're often generous spirits.
I'm going to ask real quick, Nevaeh, how does it sound now?
How are we sounding now, Bea? Just listen to the lull of my voice. It's about making room, both literally and figuratively, for another being's comfort and well-being alongside your own. That's true. When it comes to having a pet, you have to, especially thinking about sleeping with them in the same bed as you, and especially if you have a spouse too. You're not thinking about just one other being. You've got your spouse and your puppy or your kitty or both, or how many ever animals. You are a more generous spirit because you are thinking about all the other beings in that bed with you. Like, particularly my husband and I, we sleep with at least one dog, if not 2 dogs and a cat or 2. So that I can see that. I see that as true. I do see that as true.
Yeah.
And number 7, last one. Whoop.
No echo, I fixed it. Let's go.
Yay. Okay.
I had to bribe the dwarves.
Oh, right. Okay, they're often highly adaptable. So the 7th trait is there. People are sleep with their animals are often highly adaptable. I would say for me that is a true trait. Anyone who has ever tried to sleep with a sprawled out dog or purring cat knows it requires a certain level of adaptability. Thank you. I am having a tongue-twisting day today. From adjusting your sleep position to accommodate your pet, to turning out the sounds tuning out the sounds they make while dreaming. Sharing your bed space with a pet requires you to be flexible and adaptable. Yes. And it says, but don't underestimate this trait. Being adaptable is highly vulnerable quality in today's fast-paced world. It means you're capable of adjusting to new situations and changes with ease and more likely to take unexpected challenges in stride. I think those are all pretty dead on.
So this week, what have we talked about this week exactly?
So we talked about Social Security.
Right.
Wait, I was trying to give the author credit, but I'm not seeing the author here.
Well, I guess they didn't want credit.
Right? Give me a second, guys. Because I want to credit the author with this.
Also, Nevaeh, I would say yes, but we're already getting towards the end of our program. And if you're clear at Nana, it's going to take you some time to get here, yes. And by then we'd be done.
Okay, and the author of that, if you want to read any more, like read all this stuff I've left over, is Olivia Reed at the Global English Editing. So let's give credit where credit is due.
So what was their name again?
Olivia Reed.
Olivia Reed. Okay.
At Global English Editing.
Global English Editing.
Yes. So make sure the author gets her due credit.
Yep. Yep.
But yes, this week
I don't like how much green is in this puzzle.
That is a lot of green. okay. I was like, wait, what? Sorry guys, I was just reading the comments. But how long have we been going, Garrett?
Oh, we've been going about 50 minutes now.
Oh, so it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is time for us to start wrapping it up.
It is our wrap-up time.
Sorry, B. I thought you were gonna stay at your dad's, so, I was gonna invite you to come, but since you, went with Bailey, which I understand, you don't hardly get to see Bailey, and I'd rather you hang out with her anyways.
Oh, yeah.
You get to see us more often. But it's not like you won't be back, kid. Anyways, so this week we dove into... I meant to just stick with our usual routine, but...
It never happened.
It never... Like I said, that's why we are the digression. We talked about the Social Security issue going on now with the whole having to identify yourself in person. And I see the pros and cons to this. I really do. And I don't mean to be on the fence and not have an opinion one way or another.
Oh my goodness, it goes right there.
I do think, like I said, there's pros and there's cons to this. There really is. And I think that as we go on, we'll see what happens with it. And I really hope to any of my listeners out there that, come on, if you are on Social Security, please get yourself to a Social Security office and identify yourself.
Yeah, you don't want to run out of benefits when you need them most.
Yes. Especially in this economy right now.
It's crazy.
Yes. I have opinions on these tariffs and stuff, but everybody's like, oh, girl, you crazy. But we'll talk about that maybe next week. And then we talked about the lakes around Kansas City closing.
Yep.
Briefly.
Due to the lack of
employment. Guys. Or employees. Guys, get out there. You live in the Kansas City area?
Part of that is they're still trying to get rid of all the DEI inclusiveness crap.
Yeah, but okay, I see a lot of white people and I'm sounding racist here. And lawful American citizen people, how about that? Complaining, oh, I can't find a job. Well, now we're having our our state recreational areas being closed because nobody wants to go to work. What's up with that?
Are they getting temporary closed?
Yeah, until they can find employees. Because that's what it was saying. It was due to lack of employees. So guys, if you're needing a job, you got no excuse. Go out to the lake, apply. Go to your local lake out there if you're in that area, in the Kansas City area.
Oh, her dad's not even in town, apparently.
Yeah, I just seen that. Huh. And...
You go there?
I bet your dad and Papa and Bubba probably went to the movies or something. It's Sunday afternoon.
Oh.
But, you know... Are you okay?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm just making weird noises because I keep dragging the puzzle around so abruptly and violently.
Oh, okay. So, anyways, if you're in the Kansas City area, you need a job, get your booty out to a lake. Go apply. Man, I would love to work out at the lake for the summer. That would be... I almost kind of want to go apply at my lake now.
Right? I don't want to deal with the riffraff at our lake.
So... But yeah, but you could do, like, other jobs at the lake where you don't have to, like, deal with people.
I want to go guard the Yellowstone flesh pit. You know what I'm talking about. Trains. Oh.
That's what it's called, the train station.
The flesh pit?
Yes.
Why do they call it a train station?
Oh, wait, we're probably talking about two different things,
I'm
aren't
talking
we?
about the Yellowstone National Park flesh pit.
What is that?
It's a pit of flesh. Look it up real quick.
What?
She's currently looking it up right now.
Yellowstone.
For anyone wondering, no, I don't actually know what it is. I just know of it, of the joke, or whatever. And I just find it funny to repeat things like that.
Because I wonder if it had anything to do with, like, the Yellowstone TV show where they dumped all the people off. And they'd say they were taking them to the train station. Oh, God, it's real. Mysterious Flesh Pit National Park. Oh, God, it's a real thing, people. Trout fishing.
Oh, you're on Tumblr.
Oh.
That's not real.
Oh, that's not real. Oh, no. Oh. What is the mysterious?
Oh, man.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, God, it's real. It's on Tumblr.
It wasn't real.
It's the end of the world.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that his little booty butt? No, it's his little nose. Frogger. Are you asking to come over and hang out at my house or Aunt Robin's?
Oh, it's part of a... Oh, my goodness.
Creative writing prompt?
No, it's like a book or a movie or something. It's a book. It was developed by Trevor Roberts.
Oh God, it's real.
It involves a mining company discovering the pit and turning it into a tourist attraction.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so something real. Okay, you had me going. It has nothing to do with Yellowstone.
I had you going. You had yourself going.
Yes, you did. I was like, wait, what? And then, yeah, then I looked at then you showed me, that's the website, and I was like, oh, no, okay.
Oh man, that's funny.
Oh my goodness, you had me going.
You're welcome.
Okay, so he had me going for a minute, guys. He had me going. Had me going. Anyways, so now that I've totally digressed there into... Alright.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah, you can come to my house, babe, and clean house, because that's what I'm doing.
Like, I'm home alone. So I'm going to be probably playing Oblivion.
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 He'll be oblivious to you while he's playing Oblivion.
It's like Stelio.
Anyways, and then we discussed after, now that you got me all thrown off, and then we discussed, our final was the 7, what sleeping with your pet says about you, the 7 things sleeping with your pets, which I think was pretty dead on, actually, for once. For once, I think psychologists might be onto something. They might.
Where does this piece go?
So. Alright, guys. Perhaps.
Is it right there? I'm so...
No, she's sucking the beer. Anyways. But, we digress again. So, I guess...
Hang out if you want. I don't mind.
She don't want to come to my house and clean.
I know, right?
My house is a mess. I haven't been wasn't feeling too great this week.
No,
So,
don't help this.
Anyways, I guess that's where we're gonna shut her down this week, guys, and we will be back next Sunday.
Froggy,
he's got the froggy, but now you've got all the...
I did a puzzle and a half.
Right?
That fell short this week. I don't know about you.
It did. It actually really did.
A full hour.
Yeah. I feel like we shorted you guys, but we didn't.
We didn't. I didn't even leave and poop this time. I just had to walk my son out.
TMI for everybody listening. TMI. But anyways, guys. So until next week, I guess I'm Robin.
And I'm Garrett.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.